What is up, restaurant owners? If you have security cameras in your restaurant and you're, not sure what else you could do with it, you are in the right place because I'm here with Babir Sultan from brickandmortar.ai, and he uses security cameras along with AI to make better data-driven decisions. Very interested in this. Babir, welcome. Tell
Yeah.
us what are you doing? What is the problem restaurants are facing right now?
Yeah. So thanks for having me. First of all, I appreciate it. It's good to be here, learning from you. Uh, I agree that there's like the retailers have similar problems to like restaurants, coffee shops. We have all dealing with brick and mortar, hence the name brick and mortar.ai. A lot of focus, I think, goes into when it comes to technology for like websites, how e-commerce works, but I don't think there's a lot of attention for brick and mortar when it comes into the latest AI offering. So we were able to develop a AI technology based on feedback from the retailers, and then we saw a lot of use cases, even from construction sites to how does it apply in your kitchen today, right? So we're going to be diving deep on the deep end of how that goes and share some case studies. But I'm excited to share some of those.
Yeah, so tell us how it works. What do you
Yeah.
do?
So basically, we tap into your existing security cameras. There's no hardware required, and the AI does this thing. It could do things from heat mapping, where are people sitting the most, where, preference on table. How does your layout set up look like? The kind of people walking in, age, demographics, data is very crucial. And as a business owner, it helps you decide on that restroom usage, where if people pass a certain line, the AI detects that as them going in, not coming out, as a thing where your staff should probably pay attention to certain times of the day that they should be more tentative towards the restrooms. Uh, an employee being present and not present when somebody walks in. So we always been there where if you walk into a restaurant, retail, coffee shops, even we're talking to car dealers now too. We all have similar problem where if you walked in and they said, "Hey, is anybody home? Can I be serviced? Can I be seated somewhere?" But the person was in the back helping out or stalking, right? The AI would detect that and tell you at what time and how often it's happening. And we have a cool case study where in December, those kind of incidents for us were like 1,600 plus, and addressing that issue in March, I'm happy to report we cut that down in half. So we went from 1,600 incidents where in a month where somebody walked in and the cashier wasn't there to 600, 680 or so, where it still happens. We can't avoid it, but you could address it. So the things like operation. And then from a construction site, uh, we were doing things in Dubai and Singapore where if somebody's not wearing a helmet or a jacket, the AI camera detects that and notifies the site manager. Somebody in the restaurant industry reached out and said they want to do something similar. We're wearing a hairnet, right? Me and you probably don't have that problem, but in a restaurant side of things, where if employees not wearing a hairnet or gloves, operation side of things, the AI would detect that and notify the business owner. So it's a lot to do with operation. It's a very fun. I think it's fun technology where you can make different case studies for it. But all businesses needs and wants are very different. We're tapping into a lot, brick and mortar restaurants, coffee shops are becoming our customers. Convenience store, obviously, our primary target originally, because I'm in the gas station industry, retail, which is starting. We have Caribou Coffee. We're doing food as well now. So we're noticing things, and our store business becomes the first case study, and we take it from there. But we've been interviewing a lot of business owners. Oh, one thing, if you know anything about our YouTube channel, which is Fave Trip, and Court, I know knows about our YouTube channel, which is 100,000 plus strong, and we reach about 19 million people a month. Shoplifting for a retail convenience store is big. We're 80% done with the technology that will detect repeated offenders that come in and shoplift. So the next time they walk in, you get a ding on the phone that says this person has walked in and why. And then different applications, car plates, This is way down the future, but there will be technology where a customer goes through your drive-through and your drive-through menu is connected with their buying history preference, right? So those are the exciting things that I think with AI that folks are doing, and we're meeting some of those needs, but the sky is the limit right now
Yeah.
uh, when it comes to AI and how you can leverage that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're not talking about buying new cameras. This is their existing camera system. How does it work for someone that wants to get
Yeah.
started?
So the onboarding is very simple. Usually, if you have a camera system, you watch cameras from home. Um, our team usually asks for IP, the login credentials, and we log in, and a offsite um, computer system does this thing. So no hardware required. It used to be, if you asked me last year, we would have to send you an edge device like a computer to attach to your cameras, and that would do that. Uh, that, as you notice, the power is in talking to your customers. So we talked to customer, that was a hurdle we had to overcome. And I think with the improvements, obviously with internet speed, that obviously helps, and we remove that friction of, hey, spend a couple of $100s on a machine. We don't want the restaurant owner, if they already didn't have enough expenses already, to spend any money. All we do is tap into the existing camera. If they're decent enough cameras and you have a decent enough internet speed, we're able to run everything off the cloud now.
Okay. So, and you gave some use case ideas, but so, I mean, there's got to be a billion things you can study. I mean, how do you work with a restaurant owner to say, okay, we want to study how soon people are getting waited on or
Mhm.
where people are sitting. I mean,
Yeah. Always start with people like start with the business problem first, like your business in particular. Like, what do you really want to know? Like, we have some people that say, I want to know all about my demographic, and that's a good starting point, right? So, if I have all 80% females walking in, but my restaurant is set up to be macho friendly, dark walls, right? You could get granny, what music am I playing at what time? What is the look and feel of the bathrooms and everything? You could get that granular. And we start reporting the data within a matter of 2 weeks, right? So we have actually people out of Texas that have a setup where it's very male centric place. They had like gray walls, dark imaging going on, but when they ran the data, it was supposed to be a lot of females walking in with the kids, so they had to change the offering, the messaging online and offline too. You could translate a lot of this to your online audience too. I call it, and a lot of people use this terms, being a content creator. What's your avatar online and offline? So this helps you create an avatar. Uh, it goes back to the use case of the individual store. Then you have a restaurant that says, I have these 5 chairs over here. I think they don't get used. It might not be. You could really back that up with data and say, you know what, I could do something else with this space. Space is money. Every square foot counts, right? Uh, where are people going when they walk in? We've been very strategic. Like Hunt Brothers Pizza is a good case study for us, where their sales rep comes in and says, I need to be here, and this is where we're going to set up here. And we say, let's look at the heat map. And they're like, what heat map? And I'm like, look at this. If you put your warmer here at the hot spot, and especially when you have food that you put out that needs to be sold within 3 hours or less, you need to be on the hottest spot. Then you have cold areas. If you're in the cold side of things, you're definitely not. That's where you put the classic convenience store example is put the milk there, because people need it. They all go there, and it's not something you impulse buy. You look at it and you want to eat it, right? Or drink it or buy it. So that's kind of the case study. So I always advise, come to us when you think one problem at a time, where you don't want to conquer the world at once, like, and then observe it and take action. The power is in action. We could give you this data, but if you don't do anything with it, it doesn't really matter. Uh, but take the data, know your customers, and then apply it.
Yeah. Super smart. So I know owners are going to have concerns, and one of them is going to be about privacy.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah.
so, what are some of the things you've done with
Yeah.
privacy that to help out?
Yeah, great question. The way the AI detects it, doesn't store anybody's, it just labeling as it goes along. But there's a lot of cameras today that already, if you have cameras in your business, which nowadays I can't imagine not having it. uh, you're just finding a way to actually make a better use case of your existing cameras, right? Uh, so you always had cameras, and again, every state laws and everything is very different. I'll always tell people to check in with your local laws and everything, but we're not doing anything that's not already being done already on your local cameras. Or, if you watch your cameras off your phone, you already are in the cloud. So if you're in a public area and you have signs up that this place is being monitored, if you don't, I mean, it's up to you how you go about your local business. That always comes up, and tell people to check in with your, local. But we're not doing anything out of the ordinary where we're, basically. So, and the other case study as well, being a business, I mentioned the whole thing about face detection. That is meant for mostly, offenders. You have to upload somebody's actual image to say this person did this to my business. Well, and we have this case as well where somebody bought a bunch of stuff for their friends and family and walked out and didn't pay. Do you want that person in your restaurant again? If they walk in, I would concern myself if they hit me with another tab, right? So you got to be able to upload. We have a thing where you upload their image and literally write a comment of why you should alert the manager or somebody in charge that they have a ticket pending here.
Mhm.
So to answer your question, the privacy concern is already cameras that you have. We're not doing anything, the people detection, the behavior, and all of that. We're just giving you raw data without storing people's information. This is just meant for informational things where the business owner or manager can make better decisions around their operation. How do you improve operations? So hopefully that answers the
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we're in the baby stage of AI and all of this. I
Yeah.
mean, where do you see this going in the next few
Yeah,
years?
great question. I tell a lot of business owners, don't get caught up. I call it the squirrel effect. I don't know if anybody has coined that. It's the classic. If you've seen that movie, Up, from Pixar, where
Mhm.
the guy's talking to him, but the dog has a collar and he goes, squirrel. It could be the middle of the thing. So AI is everywhere, right?
Mhm.
You got to really figure out what case do you have for it, right? Just because I'm doing heat mapping, I'm doing customer preferences, walking in and things like that, doesn't mean you should do it. I will dig down deep into your business and figure out if I'm looking at my space, if I have extra chairs laying around, can I do something different there, right? Are my chairs, literally green, but if my demographics are supposed to be pink or, more steady wooden color, I don't, you could get really granular with it. So AI is everywhere. Really pick and choose your battle. You could have somebody designated to AI research and they could go on this non-ending rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like it just goes on and on and on. Another thing, sorry, is my ideas are refreshing in my head. If you're a restaurant that offers delivery service, we have a thing now where we are doing things with DoorDash and Uber, where off your register you could tap into what time a delivery was prepared when they tap into, what time it got sent out. We had restaurants that have an issue where the DoorDasher said they never gave me the drink, they never gave me XYZ, forks or utensil, you name it. We've seen it all. Where, and then we actually have to send. Now we could send DoorDash. Hey, here's the link to a clip. We actually gave everything. We request as a business a full refund. We always say make it right by the customer. This is a further way of setting, things in place to make sure you're running your operations smoothly as well. So that was another thing that we tap into as well. Again, talking to customers, hearing them out, what are their concerns and feedback. So that's something we're doing right now where, and if it happens so often where we have where we told DoorDash that we don't want a certain driver coming because every time they come, there's always stuff missing and never makes it to his destination. You could ban people because of that, right? So it goes back to your needs and wants. Be very laser focused on what you're trying to solve. Just because AI is the best, next big thing. Everybody wants to slap in the name of AI. If you don't have a case that things are running smooth, don't bother with it. Don't invest your time, energy, and money into that. Look at other factors in your business that you could spend your time wisely.
Yeah, love that. So I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great resource for restaurants. If people want to work with you or learn more, what's the best way they can get started?
Yeah, they could go to my website, which is Babir, my first name, Sultan.com, babirsultan.com, or they could go to brickandmortar.ai and set up a consultation with us and yeah, go from there. But come prepared to, and because we're not honestly not necessarily pitching you, we have different solutions.
Mhm.
We hope people come in the meeting thinking about a problem or solution that
Mm,
they're thinking to solve, and we work our way backwards from there is the idea.
love it. Babir, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Guys, go check it out, brickandmortar.ai.com,
Yes, yep.
and go check it out. So everybody, thank you, Babir, for being here. Hope you have a
eh,
great day. I'll talk to you all soon.